Back here on 630 Central. You know, more states are implementing changes to SNAP, the programs we used to call food stamps. These changes will bar SNAP users from buying non-nutritious items like candy and soda. This week, Texas implemented those changes, and here in Arkansas, they take effect July 1st. Lee Waldman reports there are some who feel those restrictions can ultimately do more harm than good.
Advocates that we spoke to say that restricting unhealthy foods does not make healthy foods more affordable. They worry that the millions who rely on SNAP, who are already food insecure, will be put into a tough spot with these restrictions.
Families can't purchase things like Gatorade for kids' sports, trail mix for healthy but kid-friendly snacks, or candy for a diabetic sugar crash.
Amber O'Connor at Every Texan, a nonprofit organization focused on public policy, is worried for the 3.5 million people on SNAP in Texas over changes to what's covered.
We're rolling something out as a testing and proving ground for bad policy that hurts vulnerable Texans.
Texas is one of 22 states that has sought a SNAP food restriction waiver from the USDA. Later this month, Florida and Colorado's changes will go into effect. The waivers restrict the purchase of non-nutritious items to ensure that taxpayer dollars provide nutritious options that improve health outcomes within SNAP. SNAP retailers in many of these states will now have notices to help consumers understand what's covered. But Gina Pallotta-Nino at the Food Research and Action Center fears there will still be confusion.
It's going to cause a lot of confusion. It's going to cause a lot of shame and stigma, and people not knowing why items they could have purchased beforehand are no longer eligible.
A 2025 report from 3 industry trade groups estimated that implementing SNAP restrictions would cost retailers $1.6 billion up front, a financial loss that could discourage grocers from participating in SNAP.
The former dietary guidelines said that in order for people to have a healthy diet, they needed to be able to shop and afford the food where they live, where they went to school, and where they gather. None of those things are being met.
SNAP waivers enacted by these states will run for 2 years with the option to extend them for an additional 3, according to the Agriculture Department. Each state is then required to assess the impact of these changes. In New York, I'm Lee Waldman.
Now, the USDA approved our state's waiver in June of last year. Those changes take effect again July 1st of this year, as she mentioned, for a 2-year pilot program. Arkansas has more than 400,000 SNAP recipients, and retailers will use product codes to enforce the rules.